everybody, and welcome to episode 185 of the Let's Play world. Today we are going to finish up our archaeological dig project, but first let me get you caught up on a couple of things around the base. So the first thing you'll notice is I caught a couple more parrots. I got this nice white and yellow one, and then this multicolor one, and I just grabbed them wandering around in this jungle area over here. A couple episodes ago, I was talking about finishing some of these spaces, and I think it would be cool to add some more of these little bird cages so we could have a little bit of a collection of parrots in here. I think that would be quite fun. So I thought, parrots, for whatever reason, seem to be getting more and more scarce, so I might as well grab them while I can. And I was just kind of walking around in here, looking around, and I saw something really surprising. Just right over here, I put a couple of torches down. You might be able to see it already. I found another trail ruin. I have not found one since they were announced, and we've been working on our first one, but yeah, I found a second trail ruin. So I'll definitely dig that up at some point, maybe in a live stream, something like that, but this one is really close to base as well. I guess it's because we have this giant jungle and they are more likely to spawn in jungles, but that's kind of a cool find. I did a little bit of poking around in the base with some decoration and things like that. So we replaced the buttons around the door with some stone bricks, and occasionally we use some chiseled stone as well. And I was wondering what to do with all of those buttons. One thought I had, I don't know if it's a good thought, is, the vines tend to want to take over. So I was kind of thinking I could just kind of put buttons here and there to keep the vines in check. They're fairly noticeable from far away or head on, but they kind of keep it all from turning into one big giant green patch. So let me know what you think about that. I could always take the vines out if they're too much, or, we could always try something else. But that was just one thought I had for what to do with all of those buttons that I pulled down. Nothing else really exciting. I moved the anvil. That's about it, the most excitement that you missed. So today, the big focus to start is going to be our archaeological dig over at the trail ruin that we found. So, it should be pretty easy to spot now that it's gotten so big. And I did do a little bit of work over here to sort of prepare. So I'll show you what's going on here. What I did is I went around the trail ruin and figured out what the coordinates were for the whole space. And then I went ahead and I built the fence around those coordinates. So this is how big the trail ruin is. And so all of this I want to dig out. I want it to be open air so we can see the entire trail ruin from above. One thing that is interesting is you'll notice that we need to move our outpost because it is actually overlapping where the trail ruin is. So I will probably just scoot it back a little bit, just kind of like a block for block move. And then this in the middle here, we will take out all of these trees in the middle we'll take out, and it will be a really cool looking project when we're done. I also want to figure out how to light it up, because right now we've just got torches kind of speckled throughout, but it might be nice to be a little more intentional with how we're lighting it up. So to kick things off, let's go ahead and clear out this entire dig, and we'll do it in the form of a time lapse. Well, there it is. Pretty awesome looking. I've got most of this cleared out, just this area behind us here. As you can see, there's still a little bit of dirt and stone along the fence here that we need to pull out. And I think the first thing I'm going to do before I do all of that is I'm going to scoot our outpost back. And that way it'll be out of the way and I can just run through this and clear it out. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Okay, I pushed this back a few blocks. You can see right here is where our outpost was, and I scooted it back, and I moved everything except for the double chest. I've got all of our stuff over here. The double chest we need to empty out to bring all of our loot back to base, so I'm just gonna leave it there for now. And then the next thing to do is just this last little section here. My shovel's getting pretty worn, but it's not all that much dirt, so I think I'll be okay. I think this corner is what we're going to call our entrance. There we go. There it is. It is actually done. Dug the entire thing out, which is a cool looking project. Got a little bit of a buffer almost all the way around. I didn't back this up any further because right behind that wall is where that skeleton spawner is. And I would like to do something with that. Maybe some kind of like passive skeleton farm where we could just hang out over here and just get bone meal or arrows or something like that. Let's fly up real quick and take a look from the sky because I want to see what it looks like from up here. Wow. Really a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Very cool. Look at all that. It's kind of got the street here with the different buildings. That is awesome. So yeah, we'll have a skeleton farm over here. I need to figure out the lighting situation. And I think I might add one more building. All right, next to our outpost, we now have this new building that I just did with the jungle wood and the stone. And this is a little building to house the artifacts that we found in this build. So a little archaeological workspace. And so when we walk in, you can see we've got some of the pots that I put together from the sherds and the bricks that we found. And then we've got some candles and other artifacts sitting out here. And then in a chest, we've got a collection of things that were dug up in the site. And then the stained glass that we found, I went ahead and used that in the windows. I think it looks pretty cool. And it's a nice little space to show off some of the things that were pulled out of the dig. All right, and last thing I want to do before we pack up and take our stuff with us is I want to grab a map and I want to expose this area here. Cool. Okay, we've got everything packed up. I am going to go ahead and leave the bed, a chest, and the crafting table over here. And I'm also going to leave our artifacts over here in our little workspace museum. Went through and I kind of did the lighting a little bit more evenly, and I took all of the lighting off of the floor, so it looks much more intentional. I did light up the tops of some of the surfaces just so we don't get things spawning on top. But yeah, what a cool project this was. I still want to add a skeleton farm here so that we can get some of the bone meal and things like that if we want that. But otherwise, I think this project is done. Very cool, very fun. All right, let's go ahead and take to the skies and head back to base. Before we wrap up today, I want to do a little bit of work on one of the spaces in our base. And I'm thinking about our entryway, the room or the space that we fly into. Right now we've got a couple of bird cages, and it would be cool to do a few more of those. So we actually had like almost like an aviary, a place to kind of keep a bunch of birds. I think that would be super fun. So that is what I'm imagining. Lots of bird cages, lots of birds. I think it'll look really cool, and then we can do some additional decorating along the walls here, and it'll look great. We've got 2 birds up in cages, and I've got 2 on the ground, which means I need to come up with 8 more birds. I also need to either do some more mining or run over to the iron farm to get some iron for chains so we can install those. But I think it's going to look really cool, really colorful, and it might be really noisy. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Iron, iron, iron. Run, run, run. Fix, fix, fix. Run, run, run. Boom, and we're back. And we have a ton of iron. Looks so good. Really happy with that. Can't wait to get some birds in here. Just head down the river a little bit here. Hello, panda. Well, hello, birds. Look at all these birds. There's so many. There's 12 of them exactly. Plus the 2 up here, that'll be 14 birds. And they're all just little squawking sounds and stuff. It's pretty ridiculous. The green ones are really hard to find. I don't know if it's just that they're green and they look like everything else in the jungle, or if they are more rare. But yeah, it took a long time and a lot of wandering around to round all of these up. Between episodes, I'm going to move some of these birds up into their cages. And if you've got ideas for names, let me know what they are, and I will name all of these birds. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks to all these folks who help support the channel, and thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.